Get ready with me to go to a coffee shop. I absolutely love coffee. It's my favorite thing, and especially on the weekends, my favorite thing to look forward to is to get up early and get ready and spend as much time possible at a new coffee shop that I can. I love trying new coffee shops and I love like just the aesthetics. I love taking time to be able to do any work that I need to get done or just to hang out and talk. And I feel like coffee shops are so underrated. Like, I know people talk about like getting their coffee and they're addicted to like just having caffeine or whatever. And I absolutely love coffee for sure. But I feel like the most fun part about it, even if like coffee can be expensive, is the fact that you can go and like have a seat and spend like hours somewhere and just enjoy the whole vibe of that place. Especially like when I try new coffee shops, I'm always like looking for like what is the reason that what are the pros and cons of this place, or what is like the positives that this place brings. Because a lot of times it'll be like, oh, this place has really good coffee, or this place is really aesthetic and is very Instagrammable, or this place has all the right people coming to it and I love like the type of people I can meet or people watching or whatever. And so I feel like I just love spending my time doing that, and I hope that throughout my whole life I can just go and tour all kinds of coffee shops. My absolute dream job would be if I could just go and review all the coffee shops in the world, and I never would want to like critique them in a bad way unless people were like mean or something, but I would only just want to give like a review guide for people of what type of coffee they're looking for or what type of vibe they're looking for. Then this is the coffee shop for them, and I would just like travel the world and try all these different coffee shops. That would be a dream. I know it's summer and I have a whole sweater crew neck on, but it's because it feels like it gets so cold inside of places, especially coffee shops. Even though like it's so hot outside, it's just too cold inside. So if I'm spending all my time in there and I'm spending 0.2 seconds getting out of my car going into the place, then I'm definitely going to be wearing a sweater and jeans. Also too, because it's summer, I feel like the rest of my body is like pretty tan just from barely being outside or like walking around, but my face and my neck and my chest, which probably is a good thing because I wear like sunscreen, but they like are always so pale, and then it feels like, well, if I put like the tiniest bit of bronzer on my face, I look like orange compared to the rest of, or at least my neck area. So I always like to put bronzer on, and I use the Physicians Formula butter bronzer specifically for powder because it has like shimmer, so I feel like it almost looks like a body shimmer that you put on. So I really like it, and then it doesn't really get onto my clothes because it's a powder as opposed to like rubbing like some type of liquid bronzer all over. So I really like to do that to match my face for the summer. I'm just blending out my concealer now, and I feel like maybe this isn't that much concealer for most people, but I feel like I always like doing this as opposed to wearing foundation. I know that's become a trend recently for people to not do like a no foundation look, and I use that e.l.f. Halo Glow first, so I feel like that gives me like a good base. But I just don't like having too much layers of like the same thing. Like whatever spot I have my makeup on, I want that to be like bronzer or blush multiple times. I don't like having like full-on layers on my face, especially after like having gone through having so much acne before to not. I'm just like, what is the point? I try to find ways to let like my skin shine through as much as possible, even though I love wearing makeup so much, because I feel like it's almost like all for nothing if I just put makeup all over, and I work so hard to not have acne anymore. So I don't know, even though I still love it, but I just have such a hard time getting into foundation because I just it just will never look good as your natural skin if your skin is like healing. I understand when you have like acne and blemishes and stuff, and even then I feel like it's still prettier to have your natural skin shine through, but like creating basically like new layers and textures I feel like it never turns out well, or it will just always look that much better to have your natural skin. Also, because it's summer, I love using things for bronzer, like using a darker concealer underneath and then putting powder bronzer on. But also it's kind of fun because all of the makeup products I'm using today, I'm trying to keep it like a brown theme. Like that's why I have a cream like sweater on with like gold lettering, because I want everything to be like latte themed. kind of like a coffee themed makeup. Even though I know people for a while there were getting mad at naming colors like different themed things, like the blueberry milk nails or like the latte whatever makeup. But honestly, I feel like that makes things so much cuter, even if it's the same thing, even if you know it's like whatever blue, like it's the same thing. But I feel like that makes it more fun. I don't know. Maybe people are just tired of being sold things, so it sounds like everything's like a new thing and we all know already what it is. It's just a color, which I get that. But I feel like there's no harm in like having things fun, you know, having things themed. I think that's the definition of trying to enjoy life and just doing things that are fun because you want to. So today, I hope nobody's offended, but I'm doing latte themed makeup. One of the things I feel like I might regret when I'm doing makeup is I really never could get into just like the foundation that I've been struggling with recently, trying to wear actual foundation or full coverage foundation. I feel like I can never get into like baking or full on powder and then loose powder and setting powder. I feel like I just like just a little bit of setting powder, I don't know, or the pressed powder, because I feel like anything that I actually have that settles into my skin, and I'm like obviously not that old, so I don't really have wrinkles, but like it just somehow like makes my skin look so much worse. It exaggerates and accentuates all the wrong things that I want. I'm gonna go in with that same powder bronzer that I used on my neck and chest earlier. I just use this as a part to kind of set the contour, since I only did kind of like a warming contour underneath, and this is still warm, obviously. It's not like a cool toned contour by any means, but I feel like this helps it look more airbrushed, because if I just leave the other one underneath, it's fun for underpainting, but this really brings it together. And I've noticed recently, just placement wise, placing, especially in the summer, it makes more sense. Placing some of the bronzer right above your eyebrows, it makes it look so much more like realistic, like an airbrush. It looks like a filter, and I think I love that. Now take your powder blush and use a brush, and you're going to kind of basically blend everything out and make it look a bit airbrushed, because even though you had liquid blush and yeah, that blends really well, this is gonna soften everything, and because it's like a powder, it'll kind of only put a little bit on the edges of where you're actually pressing, and it just blends everything so nice, and especially like up here, it makes everything flow so nice. Okay, here comes the latte eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with this brown and kind of go around my crease. Ooh, that's really pretty. And then I'm gonna go in with a lighter brown right underneath my eyelashes to kind of connect and make it look like more smudged and not so like specific right on my eyelids. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of mascara under my eyes. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a golden eyeshadow and use that kind of as like a highlighter right on the inner corners of my eyelids. Okay, now we're gonna go in with our latte lipstick. And I say this as if I don't wear the same lip combo every single day, but it is really about the intensity of the lip liner and lipstick and lip gloss for that matter that you use. So like for instance, I always use this light brown lip liner, which I absolutely am in love with, and it took me forever to find this lip combo, so I'm so grateful that I finally found it. But I typically go really light with this, so that way I don't have like brown looking lips like every single day, and then I focus on the pink side of my other lip products with it and blend it out. But today we're gonna go a little bit heavier with the brown to have the latte theme, so I'll show you what that looks like. Look how gorgeous. Then I'm gonna use this light pink gloss. Wow. And I'm just gonna blend that in from the bottom. I don't want to go over it too much so the brown still stays on the upper lip. Look how cute. I put like a brown headband on, and I'm totally in for this cafe latte theme. I didn't even think I could like pull it off. I didn't think I had all of the proper products and resources, but I think we did it. I think it turned out so cute. And I'm definitely going to show you the coffee that I get in the coffee shop with my look, and it'll all come together, I promise.